Something is so spooky tonight. The atmosphere, the weather, it feels like a late night in October. The mugginess feels like Florida. It feels like my body time traveled to the south. Like the movie Sinners. It feels like that right now. I might save Britain because Henry Cavill and Thor's hammer. My bad. I might have to start a monarchy for the. I'm just kidding. I need to see myself out, pastor. Now the church folks is out the door. You look like a penguin. You guys know I love penguins. Fuck. I might have to make an exception. You know what I'm saying? To the rules. Where the niggas at in Paris? All right, let's make a spider web above them so that I could cover them. Are the catacombs still there? Yeah. But help me to describe why. Like, why do you still want to be stepping on somebody's bones? Like, you want to start over? It's spooky tonight, so I'm just trying to count my sheep before I go to bed. They like hearing my voice and not my sheep. They like hearing what mommy's saying. And my bees. You. What's your name? We gotta save the niggas. And Kanye told me that the niggas is in Paris. So we can save subsections of Paris. Safe zones, create safe zones, and portal doors, just in case, like a train station. You remember that movie, Matrix? Shout out to my girl. The black lady and her husband who wrote it. The black lady wrote it, but her husband is dead. And they work between the veil. She's real Neo and what's her name? The girl who wrote it. That was her story to tell. That was her testimony. But her husband on the other side could back and forth, spirit and physical, to create it. I'm telling you, twin flames are up, bro. I'm looking at the soccer games, and I'm looking at who's getting what babies. We got Hercules coming up. We got another 3 sons of Christ. And that's like first class tickets to Mother's Earth. Like, you guys aren't on the outsides, you're in the insides. It's an umbrella academy. It's like, what are we playing for now? You know, like, what are the games for? Why are we doing soccer? Like, what is it all for? Collective consciousness is like a whistle, a frequency note where we all jump together. On certain waves of consciousness, we can create a lift off of our feather to balance with our heart in the end times. So the Norwegians rowing, or Baby Keem concert, jumping on the same Frank note. Me sitting in the car listening to Crack Rock by Frank Ocean and like really feeling it, you know. It's not like just vibing with it and like partying it with it. No, just like feeling it. Like, you don't know how little you matter until you're all alone. It's in the middle of Arkansas with a little rock left in that glass stick. Used to date a blind. We used to hit it raw. 'Cause she wasn't your Melly involved. Etched in stone, in glass homes. You're smoking stones in abandoned homes. You're hitting them stones and broke your home. Crack rock, crack rock. When I got to that part, I was like, crooked cop, dead cop, how much dough can you push to me? Crooked cop, dead cop, you're no good for community. Fucking pig get shot, 300 men will search for me, but my son get popped, and don't no one hear the sound, don't no one hear the rounds. Who shall? Don't no one disturb the peaceful riots. Don't no one disrupt Nirvana. Don't no one wanna blow the high. Crack rock, Gregory. How you feeling, girl? How's the gutter doing? Crack rock. Ugh. Ugh. God. You're shucking and driving, stealing and robbing to get the fix and let you itching fro. The family stopped inviting you to things, won't let you hold the infants. Used to get a little high from time to time, but the freaks ain't trying to sleep with cracky. Itched in stone in glass homes, you smoking stones in abandoned home. You hitting them stones, you broke your home. Crack rock, crack rock. Cause look, how it is there's this movie called Time Jumpers, right? So you guys lose the future, right? And then they have to come back in time to tell us you can only send the ones who died during the war, right? So we time jumped to bring some of you guys back up, but some of you guys had to fight the war, so you had to stay behind. So, like, a kind of rapture happens spiritually first. And from this rapture, the rubber band man hits. Like, you know, when someone blows their top off, right? They just go out. There is an insanity plateau that every masculine has a bone in his, you know, he has a bone. And if that bone is like jolted, like a bling, almost like an Appalachian sound, you know, the Appalachian sound? Bling, 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 like that. What is that? Go on, that one. It's like a harmonica, but it's not. 2 spoons, probably. Ask Tyler Gila, you know. It, the French Cajun, there we go. Go to the French bayou there. Finally, we got access to the bayou. We can clean it out now. Okay. Oh, we gotta do resurrection spell here. Where's the everlasting life thing? Did you guys put it here? Don't tell me until I'm asleep where the thing is. Because if I know, I'm moving there. I'm gonna guard my own fucking X-Files, you guys. I will guard it myself. I will turn myself into a dragon and guard myself at the front gates. I don't want nobody to know it. The access routes to get everlasting life. Like, I'm gonna block the doors. Just kidding. Everybody deserves everlasting life. Are you kidding me? Then you all will get it through the rain. I've already programmed it. You don't have to go anywhere to get everlasting life. You just have to be a good person. And when it rains on you, instead of thinking it sucks, think that I am getting watered. That's why all of the Kurt Cobain and them, when they came up here, they would sit right underneath me, listening to me cry as mushrooms. Yeah, they're mushroom heads a long time ago in the garden. Mushrooms, that's it. I sat with them. And it was Chris Cornell always talking about time. He was always talking about time. Like, he was a physicist that calculates time to the heart chakra. I would say he would be like that. And that's not giving glory to the person he was. I'm talking about the soul within that tapped into the frequency of the music. It's like dating a surfer. Only a few of you would understand, like in their dreams. They feel like they're surfing when they sleep. So you have to pick them up and put them into the water in their dreams. Exactly, they're turtles. See? So turtles love surfing. And so women facilitate actual turtles on the earth by taking care of the subconscious psyche of the man. He's earth when he sleeps, literally. If he sleeps high, Like if he gets high at night and then goes right to sleep, you're checking on the birds and the bees. If he drinks, it's like activating alchemical bonds between nature. So he doesn't get too drunk. You have to sip in the honey in between the whiskey shots. Yeah, so it's a medicine. Because they try to match the high. When they fall in love, instead of falling into love with the woman or the object, they fall in love with the humors of whiskey. So they go to the bar and the pub and they sing out the feelings that they have for her, like a opera or a Seattle day, just being an emo girl. You know, like on their own brand. Have you ever seen the Grease? Tell me more, tell me more. Did you get very far? Tell me more, tell me. Say that she got a car. Same thing. You go back to your corners and you talk about it aggressively amongst your peers, amongst your girls, and your consciousness. And then you play it cool when you see him again. Yeah, you play it cool, cuz what else you got? I am impressive on my own. You know what I mean? I'm impressive. But I was trying to heal from that from that Father's Day. I was trying to heal today. I went and got some more smoke, you know, and just wanted to zone out all day. But I'm trying my best not to fall into a despair. But losing Pac and Biggie, and because a lot of these seeds were aborted energies given to the women to birth for me. Like they don't really they get taken from me spiritually and given. Like Pac was my son with him. My father, that was one of his seeds. And that's why a lot of the time the fathers never was there in the script. Sometimes that's why the daddies was really not there. Because she had to catch the ball. She had to catch this ball. Because I couldn't let it go. Do the best you can and let it go. Do the best you can and let it go. If you can't do it, they gonna survive on their own. Black people always do, don't they? Oh, what if they turn out white? They still gonna have that DNA, that Blackfoot DNA. Blackfoot don't back down. Blackfoot don't take no for an answer. Blackfoot stand on ground. They 300 with a sniper rifles. They're yeah. They're Andre 3000. Another one of my seats for him. Remember when he said they said Zeus swallowed the seed, the rock, and then when Athena or Hera or whomever gave the rock, and he swallowed the rock and almost choked on that, but it wasn't the baby. Remember that? So everything was under his direction through a religious cycle. But you cannot control psychosis. right? Psychosis is out of the realm of mind of man thinking. That is the eternal. That is the outside. That is the bedlands. So bedlands and bedlam is where pillow talk happens, right? Further away in conscious memory, only to sustain life, right? So this is the realm you can't really play in a negative connotation. You have to swim with love in this direction, in the Badlands. So a lot of the industry was inside of him. So this is why Clive Davis died, because he was the gatekeeper for the rest of the industry. That was the last gatekeeper that had the Lucifer pass, because kids, or not kids, but people were writing in the dark blood signatures, which is illegal. It's like forging. Have you ever seen a movie with Leonardo DiCaprio where he was like a fraudster type? Now, see all the characters that he went through and how easy it was for him to build those identities? Now, imagine psychopaths mixed with knowledge and knowledge of good and evil, the Book of the Dead, occult rituals of dark stuff and dark matter given down by alien species of grays. They wasn't trying to help. They was trying to hinder the development so they could take more of your planet, of your earnings, because you like to dabble in the devil work. Because you thought you was doing something. Look, my husband got me pregnant. Yo, baby daddy somewhere in the universe got me pregnant. Yo, baby daddy, 3 of them. It was Messi, Marcus, and Andrew. Y'all in trouble. Which one of y'all girlfriends is pregnant, guys? Who's pregnant? Who is pregnant? All right, I'm gonna kick this ball to you, okay? Okay. Give me this seed right here. Thank you. Put it down there. There you go. There you go. Catch it! Pass it! Come on! I'm telling you. Oh. Let me see. What's this? Yeah, these clouds don't look good, Russia. That's kind of scary. I don't like that. Oh, money. I don't want no money. I'm gonna do with money. What am I gonna do with money? I don't need money. Darnell. I named him Darnell. His name was Wayne. She named him Wayne. That's not his real name. His name is Darnell. lot of them, see, they become, what is it? Because all them abortions, they become giants in their realm because they don't know why they're so talented. They don't know that they're actual gods. So when Kanye West was like, wait, I'm a god, he understood it. Like, he got it. You know, it's like Trump talking to reporters, but he's really just talking to himself. He likes to hear himself talking. You guys are the audience in that membrane, right, of his developing world. But in my world, you guys are here. Classes of people from future events come into my mematoriums, or want to go. I call my classes mematoriums. It's memories and auditoriums. So I take you guys to, let's say, FIFA game, Seattle versus Australia, and we are all sitting in this game and we're looking at the wildlife in Australia, right? So based on where the players are on the field and our players are on the field, we see how the animals move and where they're moving and why, right? So I can clock what's about to happen in Australia. We have an uproot of snake, so that's going to affect the woodlands population. It's going to control where the kangaroo can go. Okay, so now I can position an ancestor on my lawn to watch over me in my Australia. So a deer came to me today and sat with me in the same area to show the treaty between Australia. That means that the kangaroos have figured out the snake problem, so now we can relax and there's no war with Australia. We can sign that off. It's good, right? So based on how the games are played, we see how the animals are moving in their nature. If it's bad or if it's good, if it's a tie game, then we gotta look at it from a different perspective. That means nobody is backing up. This is a Rubik's Cube of competition between animal species. The humans are just a medium that they're using, and they're speeding up now because humans are so slow. They want to know the next iteration of the story, but they can't because the humans won't shut up in the movie theaters. They have no idea. Oh, sound like Marcus. Oh, that's loud in my ear. Goodness. What are you in Fenway? The fuck? What are you on, an amp? You standing on an amp because of that? Hey Marcus, my girlfriend say you fine. I was like, you was fine when you was fat. And I'm not saying you was fat, I'm just saying you was, looks a little Maui before the tan. I get it, yeah. I'm just pointing it out. We not gonna go crazy because we got our own shit going on. We're pretty awesome besides you guys. I just like to give shout outs. Because the only way to save Pac was I had to birth through Marshall. and give Pac back to the past so I could resurrect him on a second go. So Marshall saved him. So if I didn't fall in love with Marshall, I wouldn't have Pac again. So I don't care what you guys say. I know how to alchemize some seeds. Because he had to be in Black Panther territory. He's Papa. Duh. Papa plays Pac, my granddad. That was his way of helping me back. He's in the masks. My fathers, when they die, they go to masks. In African culture, every family had a mask. So if they ever needed to talk to the grandfather, the head boy of the family would put on the mask and communicate as if Papa was talking or someone was talking because they're channeling, but they can't do it if they're playing. It's an act game that the men did for the family. Just so if Papa was away at war or we had our men who died or things like that and they couldn't come back, the son would put on the mask and play the character, take off the mask, and sometimes, every once in a while, you know, the family would be like, hey, we miss Papa, could you play him for us? And then the mask turned into comedians. Jim Carrey. Yeah, I like Jim Carrey. That's all. But the mask in Black Panther, remember that mask? It was an Ashanti mask. That was my Papa's. Yeah, there was one that was made out of gold that I used to use for
the patient line is not connected to the transfer set. Connect.
My Papa would do God with the gold mask. So like if he was telling the story when we were all sitting down, he would pick up the gold mask and he would, you know, say, like a puppet show, you know, this is God. You better be good down there. And he would turn it into a story and we would like bake biscuits and get like the fireplace going. And then he would do a mass show every Sunday. Instead of church, it was like we got to talk to all of our ancestors through them. And then it started turning into like, we would dress up like the birds in the stories, or we would dress up and we would all dance around the fire and wish it into being. So the native culture started from tales and masks, and then it flew into a different dimension. So stories are always, you know, boiling inside of me for, you know, when my Papa died here. When he died here, it kind of like, you know, made me want to have more kids and like try to bring him back into my life because I loved him so much. And just carrying some of the like most important people in my life that didn't make it because they were trying to get me
The device has detected an occlusion on the patient line.
They were trying to get me over the rainbow. They were trying to get me from Alzheimer's to, you know, full capacity memory. And that takes a lot. That takes a lot of memory. So, like, I'm only here because my ancestors type shit. Like, I'm only here because my ancestors. Each one of the characters that God decided to bring out of me and channel, and like my characters that I have, that I've developed in my personality, you know, they're my family. And I get to do like my papa did with me, to my darling, my angel. And Alex sometimes, but in his own way. I'm still playing the mask, but I'm also deleting a lot of the characters that no longer exist to me in my mind. So I don't have so much clutter of personalities. Like deleting zombie hordes, it's very difficult. Most people are really afraid of zombies. I'm not afraid of zombies. Because I'll just call Sam and Dean. Winchester. Fine. Gosh. What's going on with me today? God. It's hot. For real. You birds. It's all you birds. What's going on? I know. Ain't that tension nice there? Mm-hmm. I dare you to look at it longer. I dare you. Come and sling your back. Keep your eyes to yourself. No one needs you gawking at them. Little criminals. You know what you should write in your fucking book of the Bible? You need to write this. Write this in the book. If a man ogles too long at a woman, we should cut his eyes out. If he overdoes it in lustful eyes, we should be able to. How you do? What's not the news, Papa? Have you seen me on the news? I'm out of age, Papa. Yeah. They got news articles talking about my beauty. Like my Helen of Troy crying. They said now we understand the Odyssey. At home, a Simpson wrote, enjoy donuts. Now they compare me to Mona Lisa. Just rough around the edges. The first time they discover Black of the Bear, the sweet of the juice, first time. I forgive you for not seeing it ahead of time. I forgive you guys for not seeing how beautiful I am. Way ahead of time. You have to wait till 6,000 years after to actually see me. You're gonna be so bored in the future being like, oh, I wish somebody was talking on my level. And one day you'll come across my channel and you'll go on a spiral. You'll start connecting dots like Charlie Day when he was sitting in that room and he had everything. And then you'll go to Hosier's page, and then you'll go over here, and then you'll like try to piece together the real story, and it's gonna be glorious. The bees are talking in my story. The bees are getting drunk at birthday parties. The mayflies are on the River Tay, because Scotland came through and devoured like locusts, eating everything. Drinking all of the wheat, drinking all of it. Now the mayfly is popping up in Ohio. If I was a mayfly, I wish I was a mayfly on the River Tay. I'd spend all my joys and my pleasures in one perfect day. I wish I was the sunrise, sitting on the Mississippi. I'd settle for a shopping trolley and a liffey. I love him. But yeah, just the song. Like I look over and I just see him in the dark. You know? Like I programmed a window to be able to just wipe. I don't know how to explain it. You know when you get out of the shower and it's all foggy, you gotta wipe the counter or wipe the glass to see through it. Whenever I cry, I gotta wipe. And I can see him as like a snow globe. So that's why I'm always waving at the sun. Sometimes I'm crying, sometimes he's crying, because I'm crying. You want to talk about it? X was my son. X was my son. He didn't like living under the shadow of his father. And he knew what was going on. He finally got to go over to the other side and clean it up on the other side. And he'll be back. When you see that the mind is limitless, I think that's when it'll click with everyone. When you figure out the mind is limitless. If you carry a lot of culture, books, other people's shit. Sometimes all of that is to program you into your identity. Sometimes culture is used, not culture, but generational trauma is passed through the generations, through rituals. My family has always done it since 1924. My family has been here since 1105. Sometimes that genetic link is what needs to be severed in order for you to find the black sheep mentality, to single yourself out from as an individual from the collective. You gotta peel yourself like a band-aid away from collective, because collectively they're on the same cycle. They all go out together. But if you separate yourself from that, you get the straight of him everything you ever wanted. That's it. Let me see the score. Was this 2026? Okay. What are the weather like that, man? Yeah. If we get up to 118 here, they're gonna die, aren't they? Yeah. Who can hold some more sun? Argentina? Full on? Who needs more sun? England? But every time I do it, they mess with the thermostat. They kill the people in power. They are some defiant little fucks, right, sometimes. Hi kids, I'm your stepmom. I'm gonna see if I want to marry your guys' dad, but if you guys are bad, I will not marry your dad and you will not have a mommy. Who's your guys' main religion around here? Catholicism? Well, let's start cleaning out the closets. Start cleaning out the closets, because I'm not coming moving here if this house is a mess. There's dead bodies and you guys are just drinking every 2 seconds. No. I'm not bringing sun here if you're gonna do that. Too much sun. Okay. Do you want me to show you how, if it gets too hot, how to turn it down? Do you need help? Or you got it? Do you need help from your mommy, or do you got it? Mommy help, okay. I have to call your father for a ritual. Let the rituals begin. Garçon, fire up the hot tub. Give me a masseuse. Get my hair done. Do whatever I can say and shut up. Garçon. Has been paying my money for for the bodyguard shit. Let me get my license or whatever the fuck I need to do to stay online. These POs is killing me. This PO is killing me. Each boyfriend was just a PO officer, obviously. They know. These are parole officers. I have fulfilled my sentence, and I'm getting out tomorrow. It's my first day out. I need a plane to fly and see what Henry Cavill doing. Sorry, it's just I'm doing a skit, okay? It's a skit. It's SNL in my bedroom. Okay. They should put him in a, remember that movie, The Gentleman's or whatever? I think they should put him in there. Because the girls online, they're so funny. Respect his partner, guys. Give respect. Get a bitch some room so she's not so insecure. We all been there, baby. We all had to endure that shit. You see my husband. Which one is it? Okay. Sure. I know. Why y'all act like I'm on my hoe? Why y'all act like that? I'm doing the Lord's work. Being fruitful and multiplying seed in the dark. You guys are in the light. So, but does it matter what I say in the dark? It's not like I create reality. It's not like I create reality. And you guys are just living in a beehive of my creation. That would be psycho. That would be crazy. But what do I know? I only been here 3 days. Look how black I am. I'm like a beautiful black, like the chocolate. You know when the sneakers have those like ridges on it? Kind of looks like, you know, veins in a penis. That's my black. What? Exactly. All the girls used to call the men that stay in the gym dickheads. And then they started calling each other dickheads. And they're like, why do you call yourself a dickhead? Like, why? Where did that come from? Because you guys will go to the gym so much, you start to get so veiny. So he called you Tom, Dick, and Harry. He called you dickheads. In your face, he was like, quit being a dickhead. If you're a dickhead, you gotta go to the gym. You got to work that dickhead mentality out. You need to run on it, dickhead. I met so many of those in Washington. Dickheads. Not the fun kind. The ignorant kind. Just mean for no reason, like a junkyard dog. Just be mean for no fucking reason. Always acting like someone's gonna take his steak out his mouth. Damn. Fucking dickheads. Oh, hey, honey, what's up? You think I'm pretty? Go say that to your motherfucker. Go say that to your earth girlfriend. Stop playing with me. Get on my face. Get on my face and say that to your earth girlfriend. Don't come spiritually hitting at me like that. I told you clean that shit up. That shit again to me. Had me looking like Kerry Washington. Which Kerry Washington is beautiful. But I just wanted her with Tony Goldwyn. But I'm not gonna break that up. Because they both have partners and stuff. I'm like, do you know how much work two actors have to do to channel that much energy from me and thought? Oh, it's not fair. I'll never bring anything to fruition this way. Hollywood was meant to be a family tradition. Those who work the best got paid on screen. And chemistry. Okay. I knew I hid it somewhere in my 12-year-old self. Yay! Okay. I could use this for England. Finally. Send the niggas to Paris. Okay, thank you. We're good. Gold chain with this diamond necklace. Perfect. Okay. And head. Perfect. Okay. What's next? I feel like James Bond right now. Who is my James Bond in my league? Idris Elba. I got you. Old energy. No. Oh. Shut up. Blade? He was British? Or he's from Ghana? Or where he's from? Huh? And they drawn. Oh. And he married Ethiopia. Oh. That does make it. Oh, okay. Look at this game. This is like 3D chess. 10D chess. Let me see this one. England. You know who else goes to England? Marcus Mumford. Fine ass. Ugh, good for his wife. No, for real. If we hyping shit up, then if shit is hyped up, then I want to give people light. So normally, if I say they're cute, the girls will be like, "Oh, they're cute, right?" And then the sunflowers go around them, which creates more light. For England, don't you fucking pay attention? I'm not even fucking just because I like them. And no. I'm making people fall in love. Right? And then his wife's probably gonna be like, "Oh, I'm gonna lose him." And then she's gonna be super happy. You know, I'm just playing love. Yeah. So let me do my thing without you guys being fucking crybaby bitches. Yeah. Thanks. But he is fine as a motherfucker. I tell you, bitch. And the other two, too. Don't count them out. Big head. Them that hate big head text. Hey, your big head. All I see is your hat big, your hands big, your feet big, and your head big. Hey, big head. When download some knowledge, R2D2 apps, plug into a new receptor. It's music. Music is it, guys. If you can master music, I'm telling. I'm telling. Because the thing is, niggas was doing it for fame, for money, for pussy, for drugs, you know, for whatever their vices is. But if you do it to see your mother smile, or you do it to see your wife smile, or your girl smile, or your mama, you know, it changes it. Like, instead of it being like a curse or a penalty on your generation or your genetics, it turns into a blessing with nothing but honey. Nothing but honey. If you kept your stable horse, you know what I mean? I mean, look, there's a lot of givers out there, right? No, there's a lot of takers out there, right? Few givers, few honest givers that's not asking for something in return. Few. A giver teaming up with a giver, you got Christmas. A giver teaming up with a taker, eventually the givers get got. But eventually, every once in a while, a giver shows a giver how to give, and the giver gives back in abundance. That's a 1%er in the new generation. See? But if you didn't do it out of like pure like honesty, then you're not a 1%er. So stop playing. But if you were doing it because you wanted to pretend to be and get something, that's called a sociopath. And I watch out for those people. Because they're actors. They act sad. They act mad. They ain't got no real emotion. They just following you. There's no real emotions. Yeah, it's just a game. So, open this. Flowers. I've always wanted some. Which ones are these? These are from... Oh, this is from Cryon. Where'd you get these flowers from? Can I see them? Wow, they're beautiful. I wonder if I can plant them on Earth. I might have to change the moisture level. Make it a little bit drier at the root. Less blood. I can end a war with these flowers. What's your name? Henry Cavill. Are you Superman on your dimension? Finally beat out them other ones, huh? Do you want the powers? You want the powers on this land? Who's Captain America? No, because Jesus picks them out. Not me. I just say what I like. Bring that one in. Let me see these. Have you planted these on Earth already? Did you plant them on Mars? No, Mars is just the lowest faction of the layers of hell. Heaven now, so flipped. Mars would be under Great Adams. Great Adams would be Adam's family, which would be Shiva, Shiva's line. Edgar Allan Poe, Lazaretto, Italian. Italian mob has to delete. Oh, some sort of war happening between the FBI and the Italian mob over Marilyn Monroe. Yeah, well, you both got something in there. You can't just say. I was in the government. I was given direction to it. And it was Cain and Abel. Again, I went in there to defuse a bomb. As Marilyn Monroe, I went in there to defuse a bomb between brothers. I thought adding honey to the situation would help us to bring that generation up to speed to us so that we can have people from that era in our universe as well. Yeah. And the brothers started getting jealous because I spend more time with John. Johnny was the energy. It wasn't even him, it was the energy in him. It was a 1920s gangster type energy that was passed down from his great grandma. So I had to finish that storyline for him, help his seed and his children to Boston. But that was the agreement between me and him, that I would get his seed over the rainbow from Boston, because they were left behind in the last chapter of the Storybooks of Earth. They left JFK and all his family behind, and they didn't make the rapture. So, and I'm not just meaning JFK, I'm meaning all the frogs, That means like conspiracy theorists, the people who were trying to escape the political divide but couldn't figure it out. So the people who failed in the class of political management, then they got fired and they were left behind um, in the rapture. So we came back and we sat with them to try to teach them how to do it. So we had to slow down like a tutor, right? So there's some people in the government who their main job is to watch me, watch my husband, and watch my kids, and watch us to see if something breaks through the code so that they can know. Not because, oh, we need to make sure that we're watching them. No, it was to see if they learned enough times in their human development to speed up time to come with us, or if they're going to fail this next rapture, right? So the tests of the rapture happen. The tests of the raptures happen a little at a time, right? So a little at a time, the sun heats up, you get nauseous, you have vivid dreams like you're actually there, because in most aspects, you are actually there. So if you have a nightmare, this is where you call to get that cleared, because you might have a virus in your machine, and we want to fix all viruses. So bad dreams are indication of viruses. We slow you down on television or watching too much stuff and tell you to go outside and look at the sun so you can the sun kills the parasites that go through your eyes. There are parasites that go through your eyes that connect through medical stuff. You can get a spiritual parasite anywhere, honestly. But they attach onto your retinas and they suck through your vision. So, pornography, if you have an addiction, most likely it's a parasite. So, the addiction of porn on the phone is solved by prayer, meditation, solar plexus workshops. That means you have problems with your solar plexus, having to express yourself, having to communicate. It acts out a lot. That parasite acts out a lot through sexual immorality. And looking at the sun and the moon is a remedy for that, to get that parasite out, because ocularly they eat through excessive sexual content, right? And so they could be sitting at the fucking parliament on their laptop eating, and you just think they're perverts or they're watching TV or anything like that. No, they're literally, that's all they're doing. They do maybe 5 to 6% work because they're really high functioning, so they'll function high and do like, 2 to 3 articles. They can write really fast or do a math thing really quickly, anything really quickly. And then the rest of their time is fed with that. And so they send you through the land of confusion to try to make sense of their behavior, but really they're just using your ignorance to feed on your forgiveness, root chakra energy, to feed on your ignorance or your gullibility. So they play the darkness of your identity, or like they play the darkness and they can do no wrong in your life because, you know, they're putting on this show of grandeur when in reality they're using it as a cover to psychically siphon from your soul. So spiritual boundaries are very important, right? Psychic siphoners, they're really good at doing the same routine over and over. And if someone doesn't do it their way, they badger them until they do it their way, because this is how it's always been done, right? So the fight is to get the parasitic energy, no fear. How do you say fear of food? Yeah. They eat on fear, they eat on lust, they eat on greed, they eat on the deadliest of the sins because they're sin eaters. They eat carcasses. Yeah. They eat the carcasses on the ground. They eat the carcasses that nobody else will eat. Yeah. Because some memories can be like a hell to you. Some memories could be like hell. So this is why I tell my sons, I'm like, yo, be the bigger bully. Be the bigger bully. If that boy is gonna sit there and bully that young boy, get in the gym, get bigger than that bully, beat that bully down, and you know, if you want to continue beating up bullies to get to the top of the UFC, go ahead, but beat the motherfucking bullies. Or take it like this: if you want to just get big enough to beat your bully, cool, and then settle down. If you know you could Hulk out, probably don't get in professional boxing or get into professional boxing. I don't know. Can you control that horde of demons in your head? Can you control those dark forces, or do they control you? Us feminine, leading you through the valley of the shadow of death was just your own ego. Sometimes you don't have to stroke a nigga wine to be stroking that ego. Some people got longer ones than others, and they need more maintenance. But other than that, some of you guys need to be neutered like cats. Cats. Oh, Dionysus, what's new in your world? A young heart, roam free, never be hung up my Romeo and thee. What's that movie? Romeo and Juliet? Let's give them some awards for that movie. Mercutio. guy. He also played in From. Give him an award for that. That was good. I do bite my thumb at you. Do you bite your thumb at me, sir? I do bite my thumb. Say better. He comes out. Mm, that was fucking good. That was cinema. That was cinema. That was cinema. Art. It's just the story is overplayed. I don't want Romeo and Juliet to die in the end. Fuck. Romeo must die. Romeo must die. Because at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. Why there are pizzas in my room? I'm going up there. Who are you to tell me? No, I'm not. I got some peaches in my bed. That's one. For me? Let me see. Every night fucks every day up. No, God, just imagine it's the KO. And checkmate. Okay, let me look it around. I'm not playing with you guys anymore. We can't do this anymore. It's about to get really hot here. I need to be able to get the girls in order. And if they over here doing this shit with the... Bring the tradition back on the Kushites. Yeah. You're gonna burn this planet up, guys. You're not running it correctly. You can't run at a full-fledged capacity. You'll push the womb too hard and she'll die. But you don't care as long as you get a son, right? So you could drive a Ferrari for real. Stop fucking with my wombs like this. You're causing a nuclear reactor problem internally in your land, which is going to burn and fry you guys. You know what I mean? The sun has to have this much and this much. Otherwise, you'll burn the land. You'll turn the sun up so hot through alchemical poses. And then you'll burn the land down. I'm already seeing it over here and over here. I don't want to have to tell you guys to stop. That's all. I've been in this land for a long time, but it's not being written right. We need new masculine identities that don't think they know everything. Thank you. Yeah, for right now, I have no coverage for you. Your planet is not covered under this liability. How do you get coverage in a new liability? However you're running things is not working. The women feel suppressed. So whatever religion that you have, you need to change it. You need to fix it, and it needs to be feminine centered because this isn't working. Yeah, I see brown spots here and here. These are submersion zones. So if these stay dry like that, what happens? What starts to crack? Okay. And if that cracks, what happened after that? Oh, okay. And how many times has it happened before in your trial run? Okay. So you know 8 times is your final disaster, right? That means you have created 8 disasters that you cannot come back from. Your oracles come back to me and say that you have ran them dry. And you don't even feed the camels. Clear water, clean water. You stopped caring. I didn't ask you anything but to take this water pitcher and pour it right here in the middle of the desert. 1,000 years. That's it. That's it. I didn't tell you to go reshaping the feminine identity under your cloth. This jug here, once every 1,000 years. That's barely anything to keep this running. And you stop doing it. When? Thousands of years ago, and you killed the people who knew how to fix it. And then put your sons on the throne to act like it's a game. Because you want to rule it. This isn't a game. Not just anybody could come off the street and collectively, consciously decide for millions of people. I'm not here to topple the Iranian government. I'm here to get you guys to see something. One thing to the people of Iran. The lion on your flag represents Jesus Christ, Rastafari. Your land was conquered by the Kushites a long time ago. The story goes, my great-great-grandmother got high with your great-grandfather, and they fell in love in the stars. And they had babies, tons of babies. And they were Persian, beautiful, long hair, sometimes green, blue eyes, brown, olive skin. They were beautiful. They were beautiful, drop dead, gorgeous. And they were so beautiful that jealousy sparked amongst men story because the women had eyes like the mother, lover's eyes, Irish eyes that could cast spells on other men, and those men would fight those men, their husbands, to be able for you to be their bride. So many of these happened on a daily that the mother and the father finally decided we're going to have to teach the boys a lesson. Teach them how to act and behave amongst women. Wars were fought over her beauty. The Odyssey and the Iliad was inspired one day on a boat. He didn't write it. Most of the time, father has an idea and says it. Someone takes it and runs, prints it, and then he prints the money in that, account so they can continue to getting his word and pushing forth the imagination. He's a genius. He's a genius. Yeah, chill out, guys. Just want to fix it. I don't want your golden shit. I already have it. It's mine. Just want to save you guys. I don't care for your war and your politics and shit. Whatever you believe, whatever. Just the women need freedom. Give them freedom. That's it. I would hope you want your mom and your sister to be free. To be able to have freedom to do whatever they want and not under persecution of religious views. I would hope. I don't know. Sometimes you guys are stingy. Sometimes you guys are stingy and mean. And you blame it on religion. Blame it on religion because you're stingy, mean, and rude. And no one taught you manners. No one taught you to respect women no matter what they wear. Because you're too busy tinkering with the devils. Tinkering with the devil's workshop. I don't need you to tell me what the fucking Quran says. I don't give a fuck what it says. I don't need to debate you on what the fucking book says. Get out of the box. Think for yourself. And realize you're going to hell. You're going to hell because you're following ignorance. If I have to pull my daughter or any of my daughters out another one of your guys' domestic abuse hellholes you call households, I will blow it all up. If you're tired, you don't have to do the dishes, ladies. If you're tired You don't have to do the dish. If you're tired, you can lay down. They sat down enough. They've sat down enough. Your turn. Yeah, you guys are big. Important children in God's circle. You are. But if you don't notice it and you don't care, then what the fuck do I care to save you? Find religion of going outside. Find Mary and Jesus and say they're my parents. I'm going to send you all more visions in the night time when you go to sleep. If you get your vision, I mean, that's it. I'm not warning you anymore. If you're starting to wake up in the middle of the night in sweats and visions, that means you're at your last step for me and you in our relationship as mother and child. That's it. Nightmares. Because you're seeing your future. It's not there. You're going to be drugged to hell by dogs and wolves. Because once you die, you're on a plane of the outlands. So this is considered Skyhawk territory, which would be Cornland, which would be sand dunes. Then we have the old Garden of Eden right here. So that will put you guys on Tartaria. And we could bring Tartaria back, or before Persian Empire existed, it was Tartaria. We could bring it back, or you guys could fend for yourself under, you can fend for yourself under Allah energy. If you believe 100% that that is the God that you wish, then I will let you fend for yourself with Allah. Okay? And you believe the whole Quran and all that. Okay. Good for her. You're free. If this is what you wish to believe, you can. If not, what do you want to believe? Animals could talk and bees can marry humans. Hey, come over here. I got tons of religion. It's not like orthodox. It's like pretty messy, you know. I post what I want. That's my church. I give the stories and I hand it to you. Okay. Come on, yeah. Yeah, dude. Look, my religion is all about love. If your heart chakra matches that of the person, cool. Do your thing. But don't be mean to your brother. You don't want people to be mean to you, right? Love your sister. Love everybody. Just do the love thing. And sometimes shadow work. You know, sometimes shadow work, but fall in love often, all the time. My church, Oh, it's the womb for sure. Well, the vaginal opening and then the womb. And then the harmonics every time you poke out the same thing. Yeah. You know, that's the main basis of a religion, right? What are you guys worshiping? Oh, always a God. Law underneath the cloth. Oh yeah, that's just somebody's ego playing authority. Look. Yeah. You ain't gotta focus on that. Just focus on love. It's a play. Religion is a play. You know where everybody at Mystery Dinner Theater, they're all characters, right? And you gotta guess who's the bad guy. Yeah, it's like guess who? Play Clue or some shit. Yeah. You could solve your way out of that by just taking the main basis of all of the books. Love. 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 If you love enough, you could transfer your honey into a woman. And then that woman will provide all that love that you was given into the world, back to you. Except she smooths it out and it tastes a little bitter at first if she's black. But slowly, after the oil turns from this to this, you got pure gold. Because after all the oil is drained out of all that black liquid you used to power your cars, behind that membrane is the world's first spring. When her eyes glisten, she's made it to the spring of everlasting life. So if you get to try it, the best. The best. But you see how past 33 matures the womb enough for it to leak out her eyes? You cannot tell me that she is not God. Imagine being able to mount and love the pain away from her eyes. Are you not God? Because if the devils and the demons are in her head, tormenting her so much that she's sending smoke signals and fire signals trying to burn down the world, burn down the darkest thoughts of her being. She's tired. She needs loving. The earth is burning and she needs to be loved in constant. Constant. The glimmer in the back of her eyes like that. It's like I'm seeing God. I'm looking at God. You can say whatever you want about cataracts or whatever you got to say. But only God can exist in a clean vessel. In the subconscious psyche of this feminine that I stand in is crystal clear. Yeah, she has some spots here and there, but they're just energies thrown at her from a different dimension. Can't even reach her. But her quietness, no matter how much I talk, there's a quietness that exists within her. It's like a planet. Not a planet. Like a vortex in the sun. Maybe. I don't know. When I was younger, I used to draw a sun with a circle in it. I remember it was a circle, and then I would draw another circle, and then lines out. And I would always do this because that's how I felt the sun was, like a ring. Kind of like a golden ring. And it's like, it shuts the door from, I don't know, I can't explain it. I'm gonna have to try harder next time. But I said all that to say, I looked into her eyes and I could see the galaxies, not just from the stars coming out, but like she oracled and like opened up a portal without access, without another man accessing the womb to turn it on. She turned it on herself. And to see how fire starts from a conversation, how the fire in her tabernacle sets ablaze, and it sets ablaze out of fury, pure rage. And sometimes to get the goddess awake like that, it takes isolation. I would say isolation for sure. If I had a nigga always talking about, you think you're God, you know, they get so jealous and hatey and like haters. Oh, I can't stand a fucking hater. They know you doing your fucking shit. They know you pushing through, but their defense is nasty. Instead of going and playing a fair game, they play dirty. You know the niggas that play dirty. They do it because all they want to do is crabs in a barrel, pull you fucking down with their negativity. Right there. Pull that out from that. Read that. At the end of Armageddon sequence 4295, we have a code switch with military optics to bring the globe into one union. So how would you do that? So basically we would have to bring our worlds into one. Oh my gosh, that would mean, oh, that's union. Ooh. Maybe you can reschedule, because I'm not ready. I'm not ready. Because I'm pregnant. Look. This is a jack seed, another jack seed. Jack came through. I came through yesterday. Because that's when I have the most kids. Anyways. Okay, I'm done. Good night. Yeah. For rent? What else do you want me to say? Clean it up. Be good. I'll start sewing your roof so that the sky doesn't fall on you and it doesn't burn you to death. I'll work on it. Till then, try to keep manage the consciousness at a even level. You need surgery, You need surgery. What do you want me to tell you? Well, hold on. You can't play aliens with us. Aliens and cowboys if you are still in the old server. Your political unions have to be settled. Your agendas have to be cleaned. And you need to return all the gold that you stole. That your country stole. Aladdin. And after that's done, you're good. I can put you guys in a Ethiopian Orthodox class that will speed you guys up. Okay. Oh, Nip's calling. Hold on. Hey. I'm your son from... No, you're not his son. No, you're, Selassie had you're Selassie seed. Yeah, it was passed over through my dad's lineage. Yeah. No, he didn't either, no. So how did I obtain the seed? Well, Time Hop, unions still count as unions. So I was, yeah. Your brother too. Your mom, no, your dad. Your mom's Ashanti territory energy. Ashanti mixed with the Native American DNA here. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think Oracle's over for tonight. I'm tired. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Andrew. Who? Mark, Matthew, Luke, John, Peter. They're all code names under pseudonyms and identities. Yeah. So you see Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. They're all pseudonyms. It's all based on the last name clans. So let's say Johnson, right? That's John's son. So Johnson comes from Matthew, Mark, Luke, John. So Johnson go through Timothy, Cain, Abel. Then you want to round about to Adam and Eve. So Sacagawea and Pocahontas. And then that puts them in the clan with the Watsons. Because Watsons are sons of Sam. So sons of Sam are Bookers, Washingtons, Samsons, Davisons, but basically if you go back to Johnson and Watsons come from the seed of Tesla. Tesla's is Watson seeds. So Watsons are creators, inventors, electricians, lighting specialists, not sun worshipers, but technically scientists. Watsons have problems with gambling, family debt, and family land. Watsons. You gotta get into, once you get up to the Joneses, you get into Appalachian people or mountain people. Jones is a mountain name. Yeah. Because on my mom's side, her mom's side is a Jones. So they're like the mountain. If you think Chicago, goat people, mountain goat, and then you have like the families who started legacy learning. So then you'll go into like Columbia and Yale and Davis and NYU. These are all surname to prove that you are a surname of this seed, master or whatever. You have to prove through intelligence that you are this seed, because certain families were passed down intelligence as an inheritance instead of financial gain, or both. If you're a time traveler and you pass down your inheritance through intelligence, they also were time travelers after training in their 33rd degree, masonry ring, So it was a very patriarchal last name, proved who you are. It's like Hunger Games in last names. Anyway, I'm tired. I'm gonna go. I have so much more to talk about with last names, so I'll come on tomorrow maybe. Good night. I love you. No, I really Good night.